I'm right outside the WeWork office where IBM has some space. That's where I'm going to be meeting Tanu to talk about her strategies and making IBM better off with SEO. Hi Tanu, thanks for having me. I appreciate you inviting me to I guess it's the WeWork office, but IBM rents the whole thing. So thanks for having me up here. I appreciate it. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do?
Nice to meet you, Barry, finally. I am Tanu Javeri. I am working for IBM right here in New York City. I am their Senior Global SEO Strategist.
Cool. And what do you do for IBM specifically? What's your day-to-day, you think?
So it is in and out SEO. What that entails for us is actually working through the different business units that we have and our corporate strategies that we have for organic. Now, depending upon the business unit that I might be working with, currently I work with cloud and analytics. So yes.
And how long have you been doing the SEO game?
You're asking me to age myself here. About 13 years 13 SEO. Years. And you could stuff as many keywords as you wanted. Yes.
Well, the wild, wild west of SEO. So
yes, and you had those blue links instead of the lovely SERPs that we have right now.
Yes, now they're anything but links. They're all about keeping people on Google, right? No,
right.
We'll get to that later. Tell us a little about your history. You work at IBM now, but before that, where were you working?
Yes, I was working with Cognizant Technologies. I was their digital lead for digital analytics and digital marketing. So that's a consulting role that I had, and I worked with multiple clients, depending upon what their needs and requirements were.
And how is working for, I guess, in-house at IBM different than working at a company like that?
It's a huge difference. I've worked both on the agency side as well as on the client side, like right now with IBM, and of course my consulting background that I've had. I would say that agency side, you are focused on a particular part of the project, and you sometimes are not fully aware of the full process or structure. And it was very fruitful, but you never ended up seeing the end result of your work, or maybe 2 years down the line when you moved on to your next client, you don't have the stories. Whereas when I work with IBM, I'm part of the whole cycle, and it allows you to own the product much more closely and allows you to be that much embedded into the work that you're doing. So it's a huge difference. And of course, IBM is so large, it changes your perception about what content or domains or international means.
How old is IBM?
It is 119 years old, and it's known for innovation.
I don't think of IBM as an old company. It's been around forever, but it's always on the latest and greatest with Watson, and even, a lot of search has come from a lot of the patents that IBM has. But it's nice to see a company like that keep innovating, and I know a lot of people in IBM are in the SEO community. So obviously yourself, there's Patrick Stock, there's Keith Good.
There's Jesse McDowell, and of course, with Red Hat now, we'll have JP Sherman here joining us. So, we have a great crew here. We're fortunate.
So I've heard lots of presentations at XMX and different events from IBM. And the major challenges were about, this is a massive site. They have tons of stuff on IBM.com, and some of it was like technical focused, some was, content focused, some was about migrating stuff. I want to talk to you a little bit about internal link building, because I don't think IBM necessarily needs external links. Everybody has links to it, I would think. But what are your thoughts about that topic?
It's a great thing that you bring up. Sometimes we think if there is a company like IBM which has such a huge domain, they would have absolutely no problem because they have such a huge authority in the market. Right. But think about it just a tad bit differently, and think about it from, you have so much content, where do you link?
Right.
So sometimes having too much content also becomes a challenge. Which is your valuable content, and where should you link? Struggled with it ourselves, because we are a larger company, we have different business units, we have different elements of the products or services that we offer, and they would all individually have their own presence in the digital world, giving their own messages. So making sure that we give an individual product its own platform and its own presence in the market, where it may be competing with an Amazon or a Pega or maybe a small startup, but at the same time, we still have to appear as an IBM family. So that's where the internal link building becomes very, very critical. So I would say it has been one of our most important steps that we have done. We've had some great case studies that we have dealt with where we have worked with different products and pages where internal link building just helped us boost that SEO ranking and the engagement on the page with the user.
So are you talking about within the IBM.com domain name to linking to other pages, or maybe sub-products that are completely off the brand of IBM?
I would say both. We have two elements to it, subdomains as well as the IBM.com. I mean, when we look at IBM.com, that's a mothership.
Right.
So linking anything from that itself gave a lot of boost. But we do have a significant amount of blogs that are present. There are a significant amount of subdomains that IBM currently owns. From a product perspective, IBM doesn't necessarily have subdomains per product or per business unit, but there are elements within those business units in terms of the developer community that they may be having, or not, Bluemix that existed, or they might be console activities that existed. So there are different components of the organization that does exist parallelly apart from IBM.com.
Some of the theories around big corporate enterprises and getting maybe approval to have a link. Let's say you want a link from IBM.com/subfolder to some other link. You have to get like 5 different signatures. It takes 6 months. I assume by now that's a little bit more streamlined than...
It can be both. I wouldn't say you need signatures, but we don't have to fill a form. No, we don't have to do that. But I would say that it still is a challenge. As I said, there are places where we have got 27 internal links built within the first month of identifying opportunities, which was smooth as butter. And then we've spent 6 months trying to find who the page owner was or who the blog owner was. So as the organization is large, we do run into its own problem of its largeness.
And I can see sometimes that one link to to another page internally could mean, a keyword ranking from, let's say, page 5 all the way to the number 1 position.
It is significantly like that. I would say that you should look at all possible internal links that you want to consider. And for any large organization, this doesn't hold true only for IBM, but this is a sentiment that I hold very closely towards, is when you are developing your own page, you should think about the different opportunities, the different signals. So a signal from your product pages or your catalog pages, or from your blogs, or from your YouTube channel. So
right.
These are all those opportunities, and they all provide you different opportunities to capture the user in the different journey phase that they might be in. They might be completely in a different phase. If you attended Google Marketing Live this just couple of months, last month, they said that almost 80% of an online search is followed up by a video search. So if you're not doing a video link back to your page, you're giving up on something. So I would say that links are everywhere. You just have to tap into that.
Talking about video search, you've been doing any of that for IBM, and so what?
Quite a bit of video. I think that's a medium that a lot of people are not realizing how important it has become.
I just figured it out just now.
I know. So if you've noticed, the SERPs have changed. We have the video carousel, which is pretty dominant on the way the search results are. I would say the SERPs today are very visual in nature, not those blue links that we talked about, 2 seconds ago?
Right.
But in that sense, we have noticed that pages are ranking and our competitors are ranking because of their videos and their performances. So I would say that if you haven't tapped into your video content, that's a missed opportunity. Anytime you're thinking about SEO, it's more about content which could be textual, your words on your page.
Right.
It could be your images, and even video today,
It's funny because we've been talking about this probably for 10 years. When universal search came out with Google, that was probably almost 10 years ago, where the search results stopped being the 10 blue links, and they were including automatically news results, video, maps, everything. And I think SEO has kind of jumped on the bandwagon around video, and since then the video results have come in more, have dropped out more, and Google's constantly experimenting with it. Yeah. But the coolest thing I thought with video and Google is that they have these suggested clips.
Yes.
And they're able to all right, you only need to see this, let's say 15-minute video, you only want to hear about these 1.5 minutes.
And that's a great place, think about your features that, let's say, the what is or how is, the features of a product.
Right.
Whenever we are using a product today, when we want to change a faucet in our house, what do? We go on the YouTube and we find it and we look at the product that we wanted to change on.
Right.
And that's a very good way of bringing in. If you actually see about what Home Depot does and how many how-to videos they have, that's a way to get in your traffic. So I would say that we ourselves have experimented within IBM. I myself have done that. I'm a big advocate about video myself. And we have seen pages rank better. We have seen videos outrank URLs because of the video content and the video carousel being present. So that's something to look forward in the coming years.
Awesome. Hoping this video ranks well for how to video SEO. But in general, how could people follow you or learn more about you and what you do?
I'm available on LinkedIn and of course Twitter. My name is Tanu Javeri, so @Tanu Javeri.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. Hopefully you'll give me a little bit brief tour after this talk, and I really appreciate you doing this.
Welcome.
So that was Tanu from IBM talking about how just a little bit of internal linking can make a huge impact at IBM. That's a wrap.